Hello and welcome to Chem 110 Fundamentals of Chemistry. Just wanted to go over a couple of things to get us started in class. So let's get going. First of all, my name is Dr. Bodwin. People are sometimes confused about how to pronounce that. My name is an anglicized spelling of a Swiss-French name, B-E-A-U-D-O-I-N. So the O in Bodwin is a long O because of its origins. If you need to get in touch with me, my office is Hagen 407E on campus. I'm often around, but not all the time in that office. Email is always a great way to contact me, jeffrey.bodwin@mnstate.edu. And you can also schedule an appointment for me with me in bookings, and that can be either an appointment for a face-to-face meeting or a meeting via Zoom. So whichever way you prefer there. And links to all these things are available in D2L on my information page there as well. Chem 110 is a course that covers general chemistry, organic chemistry, and biochemistry. And this semester it's being offered in a high flex format. But in order to make that readily visible to anybody who might be searching for it, it's listed as both a face-to-face class and separately as an online class. Even though those are listed separately, we're all in the exact same class together. So everything is the same, assignments are the same, due dates, everything is the same regardless of which way you signed up. That also means that you're welcome to take advantage of the other modality if you prefer. If you are in the face-to-face class, but you have to miss class for some reason, you can get access to the information online. For those of you who are online, if you happen to be in Moorhead and you want to stop in to the face-to-face class on Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 1:15, you're welcome to do that as well. So trying to be as flexible as possible because I know all of your schedules can be a bit challenging at times. Now, what we'll be doing in the face-to-face class, obviously, all the information is online. It's not just going to be a straight-up lecture kind of class. Instead, we're going to use the class time, the face-to-face class time, as more of a question-answer and problem-solving opportunity. So lots of activity in there. For each topic that we cover, and we could say chapter just as easily in the textbook, there are a couple different things that you're going to see. You're going to see, obviously, a reading from in the book, and then we'll have some skill builders assignments. Skill builders are essentially homework / quizzes, but they're focused on a very, very, very narrow skill. And each one should be a very narrow skill that lets you practice that one skill. You'll have unlimited attempts at those, so you can practice as much as you want with those. Before you attempt the chapter quiz. The chapter quiz is a little bit longer, well, may not be longer, a little bit more diverse. It covers everything from in a chapter, and you'll have a limited number of attempts on that. The course is broken down into sections that each contain a handful or so of chapters. I believe I tentatively got it set up to be 5 sections, so with 20 chapters that we're going to be addressing, that would be about 4-ish chapters per section, but some of them will have 3, some of them will have 5. That flexes around depending on exact content. So section quiz at the end of each section that will cover the material that we saw in the leading chapters. This is also a lab course, so science courses have to have some sort of a lab or an experiential thing, or they don't have to, but a good science course does, because it's a lot easier to see some of these concepts by looking at them a little bit more hands-on. Now, as a course that needs to address an online audience, these experiential lab activities are going to be things that you can do at home. They're things that shouldn't require any special equipment. They'll be flexible either with the equipment that you have to use, or they'll be based on online simulations or other online material. These are required for the course. If you don't do the labs, you can't pass the course, because that's part of the makeup of the course. And then we'll have a comprehensive final at the end that'll be an overview of everything we've talked about. Your textbook for this course is Basics of General Organic and Biological Chemistry. This used to be a regular published textbook by a traditional publisher. It used to cost probably $150, $175. But fortunately, it is now transitioned to an open educational resource that is posted by LibreTexts. So you should all have access to the book anytime you've got internet access. It is possible to download, as you see here, download a copy of it as a PDF. If your internet connection is a little spotty, is a little questionable, you might want to do that. It is a pretty large book. It is a pretty large download. So make sure you have space for it if you choose to do that. The online content is going to include all the typical online content. There'll be links to readings in the textbook. There'll be online videos such as this one, and other links out and other things that might be helpful for you in learning the material. I usually try to keep my videos fairly short, and I'm already getting a little long on this one. But I usually try to keep the content videos fairly focused and short, 2 to 5 minutes. When we're working through some problems, sometimes those just naturally take longer because it takes a while for me to physically write out all the steps that we're going through. So I should have D2L set up to always keep your current score updated. So you should be able to monitor your progress anytime, and most of the assignments are instantly graded in D2L. Obviously, something like labs can be a little bit more difficult to be automatically graded, so those I usually have to go in and grade by hand individually, so those take a little bit longer. My goal is to have those graded within a week of the due date for the assignment. Now, as I kind of mentioned in passing, 20 chapters. We're covering a lot of material. We're not going to go super deep on most of it, but we want to at least get some exposure to a lot of different material, a lot of different content. So we are going to move fairly quickly. Scheduling and timing and keeping up is often a challenge. So make sure you look at your schedule and figure out the best way to prioritize a little bit of time. Even if you're in the online course, I would still strongly encourage you to find a couple of specific blocks of time that you can block out that you are going to specifically work on this course. Because if you just kind of leave it as a task to do whenever you have time, I know those tasks are real easy to just slide off, slide back, and all of a sudden you're buried under a mountain of work. So do your best to keep up with things, and if possible, even try to work a little bit ahead of some of those due dates and deadlines. The most important part of this class, the most important thing for you to do in this class or in any class, is make sure you stay in touch. If you have questions, please ask questions. The one thing that I always worry about, the one thing that I dislike about online courses specifically, is that I don't necessarily see you in class every day, so I can't see that confused look you might get. I don't know what things you don't understand. So if you have things that you're not sure about, if you're struggling on things, please don't just sit and struggle alone. Please ask questions. You can either ask them directly to me, either in person or by email, or in D2L, I've got something called the Fuzzy Points Forum, which is just a place for you to go and ask those questions. You can post anonymously in Fuzzy Points if you prefer, so you don't have to worry about everybody knowing what question you're asking. I know that sometimes can be a little bit of a mental barrier to posting those. But certainly ask questions as soon as they come up. Doesn't matter how simple they might seem, always ask when you get to something that you're not sure about. So that's a little intro to the course. More videos and other content to come for those of you online. For those of you who are in the face-to-face class, I will see you in the face-to-face class. So thanks for watching, and good luck on the course.